how to create a CIVITAI account. So basically, we'll be on their website, civitai.com. We'll go to the sign in section. Here we can choose from different platforms that use various email providers. In this case, we'll use Google. They'll ask for account details like name and email. They'll ask if we want the newsletter. We'll say no, then we click done and get $100 to start. And that's how we set up our account. What is CIVITAI? It's a generative AI tool that lets us create, share, and generate AI models with other users. It's like a forum for these models to generate text, images, and more. This tool is known for how easily we can share our own generation models with others. It uses stable diffusion to create specific models for various art styles, allowing us to generate images based on those styles. So yeah, that's what CIVITAI is all about. How do you get booth in CIVITAI? The booth is this icon in the top left, which allows us to generate images or do various activities within the platform. As you can see, it currently shows I have 0 and 102. If we go to buy booth, it'll show our earnings from the yellow and blue booth. They give a brief explanation here. If you need more booth, how can you get it? Basically by posting a job or buying directly. If we click buy now, we can see the prices. 1,000 booth for $5 or $1. We might create amazing content and people donate booth to us. Or use a redeem code like an affiliate program where you enter a code to get booth. It seems not everyone can have a code as I can't see mine. As you can see here, we get 2 booth for each reaction, up to 100 daily. For each feedback, we'll receive up to 40. We get 10 for every 3 people we follow daily. For rewards, we get 25 booth for claiming daily image generation, and for each post you get 25 booth for 1 image post per day. We get 2 booth when users collect our content, up to 100 daily, 100 booth for each user reacting to our content from the last 30 days, up to 50,000 monthly for users posting images with our model, and up to 1,500 monthly for accepted reports we make. We have many opportunities to earn booth and use the tool. They're encouraging people to interact with others. It's more of a forum than a social network, to be clear. They also show the tips people have received. For example, this guy has received 551 tips. I can't see inside, but outside it shows 551 lightning bolts. That's how you can get more booth, tickets, and coin. Alright, how can we generate an image in CIVITA? Basically, we have this generate button here where we can create an image. So let's go to generate and we see options for image and video creation. As you can see, generating a video costs 600, which is quite expensive, and an image costs 65, so be careful with the pricing. We can choose the model, and there's a wide variety available. There are so many types, I'm not sure which to pick. Let's stick with the current one. We can also pick the model variant, SNEF, Dev, Developer, or Professional. Choosing Professional costs more, while Draft costs less. Changing the model also affects the price. Wow. They charge based on the model too. They were charging a lot because the model must be special. As you can see, there are tons of models here, all created by users. I'll choose this realistic one that looks good. I'll select it and my prompt will be this. The scene is basically this guy. The scene description is my prompt. We can add a negative prompt to avoid certain types of poor generations. Notice how the image size affects the cost. Then we have GFGS scale, which controls how creative we want the AI to be. Set it to 4 for more creativity or 10 to stick closer to our prompt. I'm going for creativity. Next is the sampler and steps, which determine how many iterations it takes. As you can see, more steps generally mean better results. Usually about 30 steps is good enough. Adding more steps doesn't necessarily improve your image, it just enhances quality, not the actual image generation. For example, if AI generates a blue snake when you asked for green, more steps won't change its color. Finally, we have VAE, which provides additional colors, details, and enhancements. Let's set the request priority to standard, which affects generation speed. As you can see, we can choose standard, high, or other options. I'll start generating and see how long it takes on standard. Hope it's not too slow. It's used 17 boots and the generation is in progress. There's the second image. I can't show the first to avoid issues. Now we have the third image. It generates 4 images in total. And finally the fourth image. They all look quite good, honestly. I won't lie, the generation quality is really good. It depends on the model, but it's well generated. So that's how you can generate your own images using this method. That's it. This is how you can create your images. How can we generate videos with CIVITAI? For that, we'll go to the create section in generate. We'll click on generate. Then we'll go to the video section here where we can choose the tool. As you can see, we have Hallowo by Minimac, which we saw works. Let me remember, it works quite well. Lightrix, which would be cheaper. We have Clink, which I can't even afford. The Hyper and the Mochi. Let's try Lightrix, the cheaper option. Basically, I describe this scene. this scene here, okay? Style, I don't even specify the style, right? I can put anime style, and since we have this image, we'll say we start with a reference image. Let's see if it doesn't cost more, because I don't have much boost either. As you see, the upload limit is 16 MB. We can add a negative prompt, okay? Well, I can use 25 boost. It's true, I have it here. As you can see, we can select the aspect ratio and how long the video can be, okay? If I set it to 10 seconds, it charges me double. Well, it's taking a bit to load. Or in the end, I couldn't set the generation image. Okay, I finally managed to. I had to reload the image. The page 3 or 4 times, you know? It's been a bit crazy. Well, we have the CFG, which is basically how creative we want it to be. Well, there's not much range. As you can see, I'm going to set it to 3.2 right in the middle. I'm going to set steps to the max, okay? We're doing image to video here, right? And now we're doing, well, a seed if we want, and give it more or less priority. Let's set priority high, and I'll use all the boost at once. So we're going to hit generate. And there you see it starts processing, and in a while, we'll have it generated. There we have it, okay? Well, remember, we generated this with Lightstrix. We originally made it with Hyrule, the same video. Let's see how it turned out, okay? It zooms in a bit. The guy talking looks a bit odd. The snake's tongue doesn't move and such. It's a shame we can't try the pricier version, right? But hey, it doesn't look too bad overall. I also don't quite get why it's so expensive. I mean, I get it's a platform with costs to cover, like hosting people's uploads and such, and the servers, which are an extra expense, but not even the platform itself. The really high-end platform, Minimax, Hyrule's platform, doesn't cost that much on their own site, which I just don't get it. So yeah, that's how we can create images with Civitai AI. How can we post videos or photos? On civit.ai, posting can earn us Vood, which is the tool we use to produce content. We can be rewarded in different ways, like when people use our model or react to our posts. To post on civit.ai, go to the create section, where you'll see options to post images, post videos, or upload a model, depending on what you want. It's simple, just upload your video and answer a few questions. That's about it. That's how we can upload content. How do you train a LoRa in CBT? Creating your own LoRa is one of the most interesting parts. Basically, we open this drop down and see the Train a LoRa button. A LoRa is creating a character or object in various settings. What type of LoRa do we want? Specific person or character, either realistic or anime, a style or concept that's consistently maintained in generation. Let's go with something simple, a character. I'll put an A here and confirm that I agree. From here, we can upload info or add data to our model. If unsure, just read the dataset and follow along. From here, we can upload up to 1,000 files, which act as a database for our desired generation style. It's a bit ironic when it comes to images, obviously. If we don't have a LoRa, we want a LoRa to consistently generate images of a character we have in mind, repeatedly over time. You might ask, if we can't consistently generate the same character, how on earth can I create a LoRa with 1,000 reference images? I won't go into specifics, but I'll give you the info to do it yourself. Basically, there's FluxDev, which is Flux for developers right here. As you can see, it generates a wide variety of high quality images based on text and prompts, from photorealism to abstract art scenes. With this tool, we can mass produce images to train our LoRa. So I'm giving you the rod to fish with. This guide is from CIVITAI, and I'll stick to it, but keep that in mind. How can we create a model with CIVITAI? Basically, we'll go to create, and in this drop-down, we'll select upload a model, okay? It might seem like it's uploading, but you see the first section is about creating it, right? We give it a cool name, choose the type, and start selecting what kind of model we want. We can add tags so people can find it and describe what it does. I haven't commented here, okay? We'd need to research each model type to know what it does, right? We can select a collection, okay, of images the model generated, set user permissions, and handle licensing stuff, okay? It's more about choosing how you want the model before uploading it to CIVITAI, okay? So that's how it's done. We can use a template if we want, okay? And it's that simple. Alright, we're on civit.ai and we'll look at the image generation features. We have the store, but we're more interested in the buy booth section. Here are the memberships, which is basically the pricing. The free tier gives 0 booth per month, no booth coins for purchases, and no rewards or anything else. The bronze tier lets us choose currency. For $10/month, we get 10,000 booth, which doesn't seem bad, but it might be a lot. However, if a 6-second video costs 600 booth, $10 for 10,000 $50,000 booth might be reasonable. I understand this platform offers much more than just image generation. I understand that this platform might not be specifically designed for image generation. That's one thing, but charging an arm and a leg for image creation is another. Still, they offer more rewards for booths, giving you 50% more booth credits, more storage, priority support, and other perks. And basically, the higher tiers are just extensions of the $10 plan, up to $50 a month, which allows for model enhancement or access to model creation controls in the model creation tool. So we're looking at $50 a month. If your goal is image generation, I think it's a good option. Well, it's experimental. I see it as such. I view it as a studio. I see it as a place where you have access to all the tools. You can experiment with generating all or most models. Yes, I see it that way, that's true. But if you're working with just one model, it's much cheaper to use it directly, not through this platform. It's drastically cheap. So these are the costs. The platform includes many other features, like model use and image generation from others' image. Be careful with that. I've barely mentioned it. Careful, I can't remix this image, but let's see if I can find one that allows it. I saw it earlier. Ah, look, this one lets me remix the image. Be careful. I mean, watch out, I'm going to remix this image. That's amazing. The fact that people can comment on generated images is really cool. It's an interesting feature, and it's the only AI forum I've seen like this. I assume there are more, but this one seems quite active. So these are the payment plans. I hope you enjoyed this intro guide to CPT, and I see you in future videos.